person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout. Oh, yo.
Hello there. Morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. They shifted your shege by 2 days. Tinubu was supposed to announce to you the new fuel price, but they shifted it to another 2-3 days. The rumor has it that the petroleum pump price in Nigeria may be going up to 900 or 1,200, and people are already panicking again. Then Osoba came on board to advise Kolu. Facebook. And yes, YouTube. And yes, Thank you so much. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast as well. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends and invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them. Thank you so much. Motide. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. For those of you who are watching it live, if you're watching the replay, ignore that part. But this is live anyway. So thank you so much for joining me as usual. Your offering is your liking the broadcast, okay? This will be after you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description as well, and then share the broadcast. That's so important as well. Do that if you can, if you haven't already. And thank you very much as you do. So you are welcome to the Temple of Truth as usual. And this, last night, the news sort of, there was a memo, okay? So in that memo, right, you know that subsidy is gone. You don't expect Tinubu to come back and tell you that they are paying money on subsidy. Abi, that's the deal. That is why everything has gone up in Nigeria. except your minimum wage. They said everything has grown wings except salary. Oh, but that is for those who are collecting salaries anyway. You remember 7 months ago, they said subsidy was gone. So which means the oil importers, those who are bringing fuel to Nigeria, they can sell at whatever price is profitable for them. Okay? Now, Tinubu, who is not paying any subsidy, should not have any problem with that. Okay? Initially, when they removed subsidy, remember when they said, oh, subsidy was gone, they went behind you to start subsidizing dollars for those they call their friends, oil marketers, so that, they would not blame the naira dollar exchange rate that is not stable. They will not blame that for the increase in the petroleum price in Nigeria. Voodoo economy. They were also banking on Dangote refinery that will not start working until maybe 2025 or 2026. But they continue to put it in the media that Dangote refinery is receiving millions of crude oil. Okay, no one is asking why is it just receiving crude oil and there is no single production. But we know the story around that anyway. But they are kind of banking on that. At the same time, they are also banking on the Port Harcourt refinery that is far, 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 far away from completion. But they continue to present these two, that they will be the helper to Nigerians. That's what they told you. They said the moment they removed subsidy, and Dangote refinery start production, Port Harcourt refinery start production, Nigeria will no longer need to import fuel. You remember that was what they told you, Abi? Now, the Dangote refinery, Port Harcourt refineries are yet to really start any work. They are already telling people, listen, even if Dangote refinery starts working, even if Port Harcourt refinery starts working, let's be realistic. That will not change the price of petrol. It's not going to change the price of the diesel. It's just that they are going to stop importation. So why then are you making people feel like reprieve is coming? When you know that Nigeria economy exists and functioned on your, what do you call it? Your petroleum and your gas run economy. To power your, to power your machineries, to power your generators, to power your cars, to power your power and all that, right? So you depend a lot on that. So if importing the product makes it very expensive for Nigerians to afford, and the government said, we will pay the difference, okay? Do not charge the people. And the same government is telling the people that Dangote refinery, Port Harcourt refinery, the two of them, once they start working, what's going to happen? The price is not going to change. Even when you give Dangote the crude oil in Naira, nobody knows how much Dangote paid. We don't even know the deal. Everybody's just looking at the paper and waiting for Dangote refinery. So a memo came out last night. The reason why some of you were still buying petroleum per liter for maybe 615, in some places maybe 700, is because Tinubu's government is subsidizing dollars for their friends they call marketers. But can I also tell you something? Officially, the people responsible for importation of petroleum products, diesel and all that, into Nigeria is Nigeria's supposed NNPC, the one they privatized and changed to NNPLC. A lot of you probably have no idea how deep the corruption is and what this simply means. Nigeria is oil producing country, but Nigeria or Nigerian seems not to be the owner of the oil. The oil is owned by some cabals who give themselves some power by selling the National Petroleum Corporation to themselves, using the money they stole from government, and then they are still holding the title of those that can, who have the right to bring petroleum product or other products into Nigeria. Remember, from public to private, but still functioning as public institution. NNPC or PLC, that's what they call themselves. Now, you see the abracadabra within that petroleum sector there. Here is the point. Instead of saying we are paying 2 trillion, 3 trillion for subsidy, let's tell the people that we have removed it. But we promise you, the petrol price will not increase. How? What do you mean? Like, if I go to Sweden, or I go to Niger Republic or somewhere, I refine the crude oil and I bring it to Nigeria, and it's going to cost 1,300 naira per liter. So you, government, why would you tell me I cannot sell it? I have to sell below my cost, production cost or landing cost. It doesn't make any sense, but they make their people believe that, don't worry, we remove the subsidy, the price is going to, but they are changing that now, okay? Because according to them, they are marketers. Who are these marketers? Who gave them licenses? Who is paying them? They said their marketers have now come back to say, this is not going to work anymore because we still need to bring another product to Nigeria now. We can no longer cope with that exchange rate. The exchange rate is still not working for us. Remember, as the rest of you are buying a dollar for 1,300, 1,250, inside the central bank of Nigeria, some people are buying the dollars for 500 naira, 400 naira. This was what Emefiole did for 8 years that brought Nigeria to our knees finally. They are still doing it too. In case if you don't know, it is called dollar subsidy. In case if you don't know. And this dollar subsidy means they are supposed oil marketers can access the dollars at the exchange rates of maybe 600 naira. That is the subsidy. So Nigeria continue to bleed while they continue to pay themselves using different names, different titles, but the same job. So the moment the dollar runs out and they know they will need to bring, so what will they do? They will just ruffle the feather. What happened is, okay, we just have to, we have removed subsidy, Abi. There's nothing much we can do, but we can assure you that we are talking to them. Abashik, make I tell you what happened last night. Last night, the supposed marketers, the representatives of government, which is Tinubu, the Kiyari of NNPLC, They sold NNPLC. Nigerians didn't even know. They sold so many of those government, what do you call it, infrastructures and all of that to themselves. Some of you don't even know. Land, oil block, anything sellable. They were selling them to themselves, using the stolen money, your money, to also buy the government properties. They are renaming them, doing all. Maybe they are the government. If governments, if you start a business, and government says your business is illegal, here you know say it's going to be illegal. Now then be government. So if they say something is legal, it is legal. If they say it's illegal, it's illegal. For example, terrorism is legal in Nigeria. Activism is not legal. If you go and do one activist anyhow, you go end up in their gallows or dead. But if you are a terrorist, they don't really kill you just to keep scores. You are likely going to be very wealthy, like you have in Nigeria today. Okay. So they had a meeting where they said, it's like we are not going to be able to meet up with the dollar demand. Because the dollar, those are the marketers, so asking the people that no dollar. If there is no dollar, that's a problem. That's a problem because all of our stock, we have finished them in December. All the new stock that we are bringing in January, the least we can sell them is 1,200 naira per liter. That is where the rumor of 1,200 came out or came by. And a lot of you are currently still wondering, they don't bond them well. If they try them, they don't bond them well. You be like this guy, where somebody will, you be like this guy.
See, I tell you, I tell you as they go. Papa, who say this thing? Allah.
What do you confuse the government do for the matter?
The government help us now. I beg. See, if they don't do anything, Sham, we gonna rob, unless if they do something, they don't work. I tell you,
Rob, you don't say police go.
Life game, where they go? Where I get for children, wife their house, nobody know anything. From where are you like come behind? From where to here, if I lie, I die. Allah, are you like come here? I mean, are you like from where? Because see, next 2 months, if you know there, I mean, I'll carry gun. I tell you, I'll carry anybody. Tell government if they don't repent.
Kasa mbolono. Ti ri nkankan. I know some of you even danced to that at the time. Abi, you are good. I don't bother. Made them try that nonsense. I say, okay. The day that Kalu, with no plan, no nothing, said subsidy was gone. Subsidy gone. From 165 naira per liter of petrol, it jumped straight to over 600 naira. You were expecting them to give you palliative, Abi. Then they begin to share money. Abi food. Abi what have you. At a point where you waited and waited and waited, you realize that you are on your own. Poverty increased. Businesses folded up. Because in case if you don't understand what this simply means, Abi, now if the thing can't jump from 650 to 1,200 naira per liter, let's kind of be real. To those of you who knows what this means, or it go favor you and favor your family. Even those who were shouting on his mandate, they were standing. Some of them now, they don't get energy to stand again. Now she gave answer. They said that today, if you think you are struggling or suffering, all you need to do is to go to the nearest Agbado bank, nearest or nearer to you. You need to go as soon as possible. Any Agbado bank closer to you. Go and claim your own Ronu card. Here you get. And if you want to survive now, there are those who listen to Tinubu when Tinubu said he was giving you New Year speech. At least for those who listen, they said this was Tinubu's economic vision on your screen. Now, when you have somebody like this and you begin to say, God can change anything from anything. Hypocrisy. So they met with, when did this now pop out? They said that the government is now looking at maybe, okay, if they can make it like 900. You understand, right? They've already told them it is going to cost 1,200 naira per liter if those who are bringing fuel to Nigeria should at least make profit. They say it's no longer profitable per se. So if those who are bringing that's their marketer. So they say for them to make profit, they would need to sell for at 1,200 naira per liter. So the Tinubu's government, they are trying to say, okay, wait, what about 900? Like, what would be the difference? And like for how many months? Like, they were negotiating that yesterday. They haven't had any conclusion when the memo leaked and the news picked it because it is true. Here you get. So it is either they quickly use part of the money, the one they just collected from the Afrexim Bank, that is Africa Export and Import Bank, is different from the African Development Bank, So they just gave them $2.7 billion cash, according to the news and official news. So currently, the Central Bank of Nigeria, they received $2.7 billion cash. They would need to, one, quickly set aside how much they want to give to their friends and for how many months. And that is why they can hold it off. They can hold the increase. They can hold it a little bit for like maybe 2 months. Once they share the cash, the dollars, gone, then bang, breaking news. The petroleum is so and so, and your diesel. They said if this is implemented, the price of diesel in Nigeria will jump to 1,900 naira per liter. I think it is currently 1,300 per liter for diesel, Abi, with this current arrangement. Except Tinubu and his gang quickly give some cash to their friends in the name of dollar subsidy, to hold it up for like maybe 1 month or 2. Ladies and gentlemen, if they tell you that you should ignore the news of the fuel price increase and all of that, ladies and gentlemen, Mayegun is telling you, you listen to them, you will wake up tomorrow, you will wake up the day after, and a bag of rice will be 105,000 naira. Oh yeah, write it down. Start writing this down. It's not hard, it's not tough. A bag of gari will probably jump from whatever it is right now to over 50,000 too. A loaf of bread of 500 naira probably will jump straight to 1,000 naira. And on and on and on and on like that. That's how everything will jump, including your rent, including your school fees. Remember, they have removed subsidy on education. I don't know if you remember that. In case if I'm sorry, I'm not kind of trying to make you feel bad or sad, but sometimes you need to live in reality. It is when you know what these guys are up to. They want chef one. Eh? Well, why? Let the poor breathe. Like Tinubu said the other day. Where's that again? When it was with Bokwari.
Let the poor breathe. Don't suffocate them. We have that responsibility.
We have that responsibility. Come on. This is the moment you're going to ask yourselves and say, man, Chepe Pawani, do you want Kuku kill us then? Eh? The people that staged Operation, what was that called again? Occupy Nigeria. Hey! Occupy Nigeria 2012. Was that not 2012, right? Ah, man. Occupy Nigeria. I remember that time. As we are doing Occupy, like even in my own town, Odogbolu, we're organizing ourselves too. As they were doing in Ojota, doing everywhere. So I had this small Samsung phone that had the internet. So me, I was like always reading BBC, reading all this breaking news and all of that. So then the small videos back then, that popped up. Ojota, we not go agree. Laye never. From 65 naira per liter to 87, to 97 naira per liter. Never. Jonathan must go. Jonathan is the enemy of the people. I remember that time. It was everywhere. Everybody just believed that, man, how could you do this to us? This is mad. No. Everywhere. So me, on that, my Samsung phone, I'll be checking the breaking news. Then I will also be checking my UKVA account, because at the express say UK go give me visa. Now I go UK. Sure you get. So we're all grounded. Nobody could travel anywhere. For some of you who were not too young then. Wherever you were in January or so, like people just went on people went for like festive period like this, and it was time for people to return back to where they their usual place of abode. And then they said that they've removed subsidy and petroleum is going to be 97 naira. Everybody just lost it. Are you mad? Are you crazy? How could you do this? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. We didn't know that Tinubu and gang, they've been waiting for an opportunity, right, to launch their APC, Ebekebe Jihadist movement. Nobody knew. Jonathan must go. They must. Before you know it, they don't kill one boy for Jota. Everybody lost it. It was mental. People thought they were fighting for a country. They didn't know they were building the future of destruction, a destructive future that APC, Ebekebe, will later represent. 97 naira. They forced Jonathan to reduce it to 87 naira. Last. April last summer for me UK visa. Any delay. If they lie, made them make your liter per liter 1 million naira. If all of you like mokuna, because around that time was like any your delay if I did London. So Osoba and gang there were the progressives, prominent leaders of that time who led all of those things. Mistakenly stumbled on Arise News today, and they are asking him, Baba, you said Tinubu is a hero for removing subsidy when you all know that this thing is not removed. They just gave it another name, and they were hiding it. You are hiding trillions of naira from the people. The money you are paying in dollars. By a country that is that has lost so much forex. Nigeria no get dollar for reserve per sale. Any small dollar where they get now 1 million, 1 billion, 100 million, they will plan on how to share the money. Gone. Not for anything productive. Oh. Here you get. This is what they do. So they said, you said he's a hero. But during Jonathan time, it was 97 naira. Now, so look at what things are today. Like, would you call Jonathan hero now? Or if you can say Tinubu is hero, what about Goodluck Egbere Jolantan? Would you call Jolantan hero too? Old man, awala bosi awon baba oshi. Now so baba started there. So tripping. Kilo shi baba ikole sọ̀rọ̀ money. Kilo, what happened to him? Why is he talking like that? That was the first reaction I kind of had. Like, Kilo Osoba. It's a very straightforward question. You were those who said Jonathan has destroyed Nigeria. He wanted to kill people. He wanted to this, blah, 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 blah. He removed subsidy to finish everybody. Today is about times 10 of what Jonathan increased it to today. Would you say Jonathan is a hero for removing subsidy that time? Listen now.
The first question I asked you, you called President Tinubu a hero for removing subsidy. Would you call Goodluck Jonathan a hero for removing subsidy? And why is it that when President Jonathan removed subsidy, your party then kicked against him? So he too is a hero, isn't it? Or is he not a hero for removing subsidy then?
At that time, the subsidy was minimal, and what we are saying then was that they should have tackled the corruption. Now, the corruption now continued and became bigger and bigger, and round tripping. People bringing, before Jonathan, after Jonathan, a lot of events happened. Round tripping, bringing in vessels, and round tripping the vessels 4 or 5 times. So the corruption in the subsidy became higher. Before that was the situation between. Of course, I respect Jonathan. He's a gentleman president. I respect him.
Nuisance lele.
You know what they say? When you see an elderly man that started doing that, round tripping, it became somebody who couldn't talk anymore. But we know, in Yoruba land, culturally, okay, the royal fathers, they are considered as next to God. They cannot be wrong. Yeah, royal fathers, kings. So we call them Igbakeji Orisha, next to the gods. Do you imagine when you kind of make a mortal like you, human being like you, and say he's next to God? And traditionally, yes, he is next to God. He cannot be wrong. Then the same tradition, the same culture says, if that king should violate any single part of the tradition, he must kill himself. On the one hand, he is next to the gods. On the next hand, he is just a mere mortal. If he cannot keep the rules of the gods, he should kill himself, or they will kill him. That is Yoruba culture. To let you know how strong we respect positions and elders and elderly people. But in that same Yoruba land, when it used to be kind of like a thing, before they used money, and the bastards in Yoruba land, the Omoalis, grew old. When they grew up, they tried to twist the culture and the tradition. So, at first, they started with Olowo lagba o, Olowo n sọ̀rọ̀, tálákà ló ń la idea. That is on Yoruba. When people say, when the rich people are talking, the poor must keep quiet. Do you not know that he who has money is elder, is a leader? God that gives a young boy money has put him in position of elder. So money became the God of some of our people, courtesy of the criminal leaders like this. So they started demanding respect, like the normal, responsive elders and leaders. When they go wrong, when they kind of show their hypocrisy and the rest of that, they don't want to be held responsible for it. They will quickly remind you, "Oh, ni baba and leni. Do you not have a father at home? How dare you talk to me like that?" Forgetting the fact that you are older and stupid does not earn you any respect. In Yoruba land, there is a saying, tí ọmọ olè bá da aṣọ àrán borí, tó wọ góòdì idẹ and chain idẹ, tó wá ń wa mọ́tò tó ń dán yìnrìnyìnrìn bíi góòlù. Let me say that in English. That when a thief or a criminal dressed elegantly, royally, dressed or garbed in a royal robe, gold chains, walking on the golden floors, and driving gold-plated automobiles, you should never respect them. Remember, everything owned by a thief is stolen, not his or us. So when the criminals who have taken advantage of the public gives themselves some level of entitlement, call themselves elder statesmen, and you look at the country that they were supposed to be the elders of, and you have to shake your head and be like, God damn it, man. Does this country have elders or leaders at all? Or just dealers, bunch of rogues who still think we are in 1970? Osoba is one of them. They will pretend not to understand a question sometimes, or use the usual dribble, bulu, blah, blah, blah nonsense just to avoid taking responsibility. According to him, Tinubu is always very sad. Oh, he's such a very sad man. Every time you talk to him about this, he's always very... Osoba, listen to this.
Well, I'll start with your last question. Of course, the Igbos have a right, like any Nigerian, and I support their right to the presidency. I have explained to you that we are lucky by